Yeah, I apologize, guys. For whatever reason, my game just like stopped recording. I forgot to put that mall on thin. Never even used it. Yeah, I'm sorry if I missed an episode. It was that bridge battle. And after I recorded it, for whatever reason, the game just would not. I mean, the recorder just like would not stop. Well, we got 10 to 40. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I mean, I wanted this playthrough. I wanted to try a few of the new characters. I wanted to make sure I at least found all the loot and got all the boxes, because when I was playing on expert or whatever the third difficulty is, some of the missions were very hard and I was not able to get all the chests or complete all the side objectives. So since there was a lot of new items in the game, unfortunately I didn't really get to use the javelin and stuff as much as I wanted to. I got to use the last playthrough, the throwing knives and the javelin a lot more. I think having 3 healers with that ability to refresh your turn, it's a lot easier to have a few powerful characters and then have some of the other ones fall behind. And I was purposely keeping Marcus kind of low, but then there was probably about 2 missions where I was just using my main characters as placeholders so that I didn't get respawns. And Skylar wasn't that far behind, but Ileana was very far behind, and I should have probably just kept her as a 2-hander. What I was trying to do is trying to level up Spear, because the more things that she is proficient at, the more damage and better hit chance she has. But especially there at the end, when sometimes you got 5 or 6 guys charging at you, even for a tank, I mean, it is one wrong move or one lucky hit and you're dead. So near the end there, I like to I think I said this before one time, like I kind of think of a map in thirds or fourths, and maybe the first third or the first quarter, the first leg of the map, I might be a little more aggressive with my story characters, and then as the map goes on, I get more and more defensive. But yeah, we got to actually see a level 40 Finn. Salvador was a beast as usual. Melanie was a beast as usual. I was really impressed with Ro. We chose not to use the Paladin. I didn't go skewer with Sliker this time. I probably should have. I really like that bleed effect. But we got to try out the drunk and sit Elias on the sideline and try the drunk out. You know, every time I try to use Wesley, I try to use his aura. But I don't know if it's just me and bad placement or what, but I tried him 1 or 2 maps, and I think the second map he basically got one shot. I mean, even Melanie, if she's in melee range or something, she can usually withstand a couple hits or so. Not Wesley. Now, granted, he did have a bow, so he didn't have a shield. Well, he did have a shield. He just didn't have it equipped at the time he was killed. But we were debating whether or not to use that very powerful character you get that starts at level 24. I think we used her last playthrough a little bit. But we decided to go with a third healer, and on that one difficult map, where everyone is important, where I basically send my 2 sword masters and an archer north, and then I usually send a tank and a polearm user left with Corvin, who can do poison, and usually Finn. But because our story characters were so weak this time, I basically only had Benjen, and I had to pull Finn over to help me. And amazingly, Salvador held the bottom pretty much all by himself. I mean, he had a little support with a turn refresh here or there, and maybe a spot heal here and there, but he pretty much soloed the South by himself, and he went from basically 24 to I think almost 30 in that one level, that one map. So it's nice trying a little different strategies. We went with Hero or something on Sliker this time. I usually go with the first ending, so I really have not made Marcus a real beast, but Marcus could be like almost like a Finn Jr. I don't think he's quite as strong as Finn, but he could be he can be nearly as strong. And Salvador with a two-hander, oh my gosh, I mean, he's just a monster. Edwin, who was our prodigy. We tried to use Finn. We got Finn to, not Sven, S-V-E-N. We got him to level 20, I believe. I really like Ajax, but I just can't find room for him. And I was debating whether to, I think Hilda or Quincy. We used one of those for one map. Maybe got a level or so, and then we picked up the drunkard, who was really a pure, skewer bleed master kind of person. We keep trying to fiddle around with the daggers and the small swords and stuff. And I know there's a way to make it work. I mean, I guess you just got to leave an enemy with like very little health, and then you can do turn refresh using the ability of Stiletto or whatever. But for me, it's almost like the punch, where you got to get them so low, it's kind of hard to pull that off. Now, like in situations like on the ship where you don't want to do too much damage, because if you get that character below half health or kill her in a single hit, you can't. She won't join you. Last time on Expert, Jorn never joined us, the level 28 guy, because he died before we could even recruit him. So we got Joran. I think that scout's name is Sylvia or something. And it would have been nice to have another bow user now that, you know, you got the short bow, you got the U bow now, you got the horn bow. So, maybe having more than one archer would have been useful in a few situations. And I really like the idea of the horn bow of killing two enemies in a row with a single shot. Benjen, we got a couple refreshes on him, not many, but Finn, we always get refreshes. Melanie, we usually always get refreshes. I don't really understand the mechanics on the next to last map where some enemies are almost like they basically take like no damage. They're like almost unkillable. So I'm not sure if, you know, you got to take the shield down first and then you need an archer, or I don't know, but we made it work. But I really like the addition of the new items. I like the addition of the new characters. You know, I tweak my build a little bit around the edges, but the core of the build has pretty much remained the same. I really am biased to the two-handed sword users. You need at least one or two, either axe or, well, I guess a mace is considered an axe. To do the shield breaking, you need at least one archer. You probably need at least two healers. I like the idea of having a tank outside of Marcus, like a main tank, and then I like a skewer or a dagger. I mean, a skewer or a bleed person. Finn with his axe, and then you got Benjen with his mace. And then a couple two-handed sword users. Maybe the three healers is a little overkill, because like I said, what ends up happening is you end up with like three very powerful characters, and then character 8, 9, and 10, you know, kind of fall behind a little bit. Finn actually hit 40. Salvador, I think, was 39. I was really impressed with Roe as a tank. I think they were well above 35. The drunk guy, he was above 35. I think Benjen fell a little bit behind, and some of the two-handed sword users. Edward, who is one of the prodigies, and I think we were using Ryson as our kind of go-to guy early on. A lot of times we end up replacing him. This time we kept him, but near the end there he was falling a little behind. All in all, was a good playthrough. Sorry about that one foul getting corrupted. It was the bridge fight. like I said, my three main heroes were really under leveled. Marcus was on purpose, but the other two really fell behind because Finn and Melanie and Salvador were pretty much hogging all the kills. It's just so much fun when you can position your character in a way that you're not overwhelmed, but you get wave after wave of one or two enemies filtering into your zone of control, and you get first strike and can two hit them, and you can kill 4 or 5 guys on defense. It's not even your turn, and then when it's your turn, like Finn will get an overkill, and then he'll get a refresh turn, and then he'll get another kill, and then you can use a guy to give him another turn, and then you get a third kill. So I don't know how many kills in a row what the record is or what, but I'm sure Finn probably got 7 or 8 kills in a row before. In a single turn, and if your other guy is only doing half damage or something, or half health to an enemy, and can't even kill a single enemy, meanwhile your other guy's killing 5 or 6 guys a turn, I mean, of course the other guy's going to fall behind. But I think the balance to Finn is very fair, because there's at least 4 or 5 maps that you got to babysit them, and a lot of times you might even say it's not even worth it. I mean, yeah, he turns into a beast late game, but do you really want to go 4 or 5 maps with a level 4 or 5 guy? And the problem I had last time on the expert difficulty was those early levels of Finn, when I was trying to spoon feed him easy kills and stuff like that, he would just get killed. I would put him in the wrong position, and he would just die very easily. But I was happy that we none of my playthroughs have been exactly the same. We have mixed things up a little bit, maybe not too much, but we definitely have mixed things up a little bit. But anyway, thank you for watching, and this is a lovely game, and hopefully the developer either continues on with this game, or or makes another game. But it's quite the achievement, and it's a very addicting game. And once you start it, it's hard to put it down.